Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to replays of the week. Yes, we have got replays of the week, and we've got two amazing replays. The first one is the STB. Now, this is going to be one of the best games in the STB that you're going to see in a very long time. It is up there in the Hall of Fame because it's mega damage, but it does come down to the wire. So we are watching C21 from the 101 AD clan, and I mean, the STB is a fantastic tank. Anyway, in the right situation, this tank is brilliant. It's got a lot of gun depression, and it's got quite a strong turret. However, it's the penetration, everything like that does kind of struggle. The armor profile does kind of struggle. So you've got to really get it in a hold down position, and you could just bully the enemy team when you're in that hold down position. So we're going to watch just an amazing game here. So there's three tanks all here. You can see the T92E1 pretty much running away, and if you look at the minimap, they are all pretty much on the left side, which is why the T92 started running away, which probably is the right choice. So now our guy has a lot of targets to go for, and of course right now he's not going to get focused on, and as I say that, he's just getting shot from a few tanks because there is two other tanks around here. So he's got good options here. He's got good options. There goes the Jag Tiger. So now they are one tank down. Now he is going for the T57 heavy there. Personally, I may have gone for the T92 because that would have brought him down to a one shot, but you know, he probably didn't want to waste that time when he could have just had that shot on the T57, and as it happens, the T92 is dead anyway. So it's now a 5 versus 6. The 60 TP is coming up the hill, it's coming up the bridge, and that is not a tank you want to be coming up the bridge against, because again, when it's hold down, it is a very strong tank. So our guy knew exactly what he needed to do. He's going to get behind this 60 TP. So yes, the 60 TP is in a fantastic position on that hill for the tanks that are in front of him. However, he has now an STB with a good rate of fire behind him, just tearing him apart. And that is what you've got to do when you come up against tanks that are in just fantastic positions, and you need to counter that, and that's exactly what he done. And even though the 60 TP was in a great position, he couldn't really do too much because of this STB behind. So it is now a 4 versus 5. There's still plenty of hit points left on the enemy team. He's on 4.3k damage, and he's blocked 800 damage as well. So the IS-7 is up there, full hit points. Again, the IS-7's not a easy target to deal with, and these two guys coming out sidewards and then spotting these two guys is not great either. So he's going to back up at the moment. I mean, what do you do in this situation? You could just stay here and wait for these guys to make a move. He's going to get some heat shots into the cheeks of that Jaegeru. However, the Conway has taken care of the WZ, so it is now a 3 versus 4. He does need to be careful because he is a one shot to this Jaegeru, and he's now making a move. I believe the Jaegeru has fired, but again, he's got to be careful because he's got the tanks behind. So he really has to clear some of these tanks. If he goes forward, he's going to be shot from the IS-7 and the pattern that is up there, and if he goes back, he's got the IS-7 and the pattern. So he's now in a kind of situation where he can't do too much. Of course, he needs to clear these guys. That was a nice shot there against the pattern. Now, I don't know why these teams are not pushing. It's a 4 versus 3. These guys should push because they're going to pincer him into this sort of where they are now. They're going to have 2 tanks come from one side and 2 tanks come from the other side, especially the IS-7. The IS-7 should have been the first one to make the move. The Jaegeru turned around and he bounces his shot. He's now a one shot. The E4 is losing all of his hit points. He's now pretty much a one shot. If he can get that shot, that would have been a juicy, nice, that would have been a nice shot if he'd have got that on the Conway. So he has to really push this Conway because he's not having any luck getting that hat shot there. So he's got to do something. He is a one shot and he does need to clear him, and he does just that. So that is his only first kill of the game. He's got 1600 block damage and he's on 6.5k damage. But as you can see, both of these guys here, they do not want to move. They are both one shots and they do not want to move out of there. The pattern needs to be gone. He has to be gone, and he is gone. So it is now a 3 versus 2. If he can get behind this Jaegeru, yes, the IS-7 is there, but personally I would be leaving this IS-7 for now. You don't want to be going for him because he's a 2-shot. I mean, he's a 2-shot to the IS-7. Yes, he can take a shot from the IS-7, but he can't take a shot from this Jaegeru. So I personally would have probably cleared the Jaegeru. Now, he's on 7.3k damage, so he's already done a great amount of damage. Now, if he comes around this corner and the Jaegeru is looking, luckily he's not. So what he's going to do is just going to go up. Yes, he may take a shot from this IS-7, which he does, but he has now cleared that guy. So it's now a 2 versus 1, and he can just use a bit of DPM. And now he's got the mobility to get away from this guy. He's going to be able to shoot him once more. He goes for the track. Again, that is still risky, but he still has a Yo there for a bit of protection. But again, he's a one-shot, so there's not going to be too much that the Yo can do. However, he does manage to get a shot in before he dies. So now, does he go up this hill? Is he going to be reloaded? He risks it. He's taking his time. He's just, oh my god, he just gets away with that. Now, again, with the IS-7's position, it's not like he can just go up and circle him, because he's in that kind of position where you're not able to do that. So now they are in a situation, it's a 1 versus 1. I don't really know why the IS-7 didn't drop down. When he took that shot, he could have really dropped down and he would have probably reloaded before the STB, but he decided to stay where he is, and now it is whoever makes the mistake. Whoever's going to make the mistake is going to lose. 1 versus 1 with just 20 seconds left on the clock. Who is going to make the mistake? You can see him trying to bait a shot here. He's trying to bait the shot from the IS-7. Is it going to work? Come on, 10 seconds left. He's going. He gets that shot off. Well played. 9,000 damage, 2,000 blocks damage, and a well-deserved victory. I don't know how they managed to pull that off, but that was a fantastic game. The IS-7 could have done a little bit better towards the end there, but nevertheless, he still had a good game. He still had a good game. So well played, C21, and a fantastic game there. Next up, we have the Diamond driving the Object 907. Now, I was watching this, and he actually put on the subject this was an STB, and I'm like, maybe he sent me the wrong replay, but no, it was the right replay. He just sent me the wrong tank name. So of course the Russian medium tank kind of gets left behind with the other medium tanks. I like it. I like the speed. The DPM is still pretty good. Of course, you do have the T22, the Object 140, the T62A, that all kind of plays the same as this. So if you haven't got it, you're not really missing too much. However, it is going to be changed in the next update, and we will look at that when the next update hits, which is already, which by the time you're going to see this video, the update should already be out there. Of course, I'm releasing this a little bit later. So yeah, it still has the Russian accuracy, the Russian DPM, like all these Russian medium tanks. The T62, again, they're all very similar. There's little things different about them, but they are all very, very similar. So this T62 now is a one-shot, so he's just going to go past him. There's plenty of his teammates behind. You can see the mini-map. The red team are pretty much all over the place. There's some right, some left, some middle. They are all over the place. So he's going to go and chase down this T92E1. So there goes the E75 on his team. So it is now a 6 versus 6. Of course, there is another Object 907 there, so you do have to still be careful of him. And there is a lonely IS-8 that is sitting in the middle here. So 1,500 damage done so far. Now, I love this map. I absolutely love this map, and I love it because it doesn't, I mean, back in the day, everyone used to come this side of the map. This is the side of the map that you should come to. Nowadays, you don't know. When the game starts, you don't really know where the battle is going to be played. It could be this side, could be the other side, or it could be middle. You never know when where the battle is going to take place. And that's what I love about some of these maps. Just because you should go this way, it doesn't mean that you have to go this way. You can have equally as good games the other side of the map. But of course, mediums still tend to come this side of the map, and he's now got 2k damage. His team are coming around, but they do have to be very careful of these tanks in the middle here. That T-57 is just pushing down. He gets wrecked. However, I would try to deal with the Object 907 here. He's the one with the DPM. You got the IS-8 in the middle there. That is pretty much a one-shot. So I know he's going for the T-57 because he doesn't really want to drop down, but now the K91 has dropped down, I personally would be going for the 907, and that's exactly what he's going to do. You've got the T92 up there. That is a one-shot. He does take the care of the K91, but doing that, he does lose his life. Now, he has to focus this 907 here. Of course, he can't drop down again because the T-57 is around there. There's another tank round here, the Type 71, which again, as we know, is a dangerous tank, and he's still going for this T-57. Again, I would still be going for this Object 907. I would be ignoring the T-57, but instead he's ignoring all the other tanks to try to keep his Type 71 alive and go for this Type 71 on the enemy team. Again, that is not a bad choice right now because he's getting some damage from a tank that's not looking at him for one, and his teammate alive. But now look, he's got tanks all around him. He's got that guy who does take care of, and now he needs to take care of this 907 because of that DPM. So he's going to drop down. A beautiful shot there. That is his 4th kill with 5.1k damage. It's 2 versus 3. However, we still know that there is an IS-8 that is a one shot. The T-57 is what, a one shot, maybe a 2 shot. And we haven't even seen the Tortoise yet. Is the Tortoise AFK? If he is, that would be absolutely amazing. This late stage in the game, that would be truly amazing. But no, he is now spotted around this side of the map. He has to be careful now because he is a one-shot. That Tortoise is full hit points. So this is not going to be an easy win. 5 kills, 5.5k damage, but there is still a lot of work to do. He's just going to aim at this Tortoise here, get the shot, and again, there's not too much you can do when you're a one shot. So it makes the game so much harder than if you were one shot. If you was on like 700 hit points or 800 hit points, at least you might be able to take a shot or two from the Tortoise, or at least a shot from the T-57. But now he is at one shot against both of these guys. One's a full hit point and one is a 2-shot with auto loader. So yeah, it's not going to be easy, and only 2 minutes left to go. He's already done a great job, but he doesn't want to end here. He's on 5 kills. He's going to want the Rosani medal, but it's going to be a difficult ask. Of course, he does have to come at a certain angle from the T-57. He needs to get the first shot off. Ideally, he needs to get close to him and be able to get the shot off, and then just sort of get behind him, get behind his gun, and then get the second shot off, and hopefully kill him. What he doesn't want to do is come out in front of this T-57, because then it will be game over. But luckily the T-57 is down there. He's looking completely the wrong way. However, he is spotted. Is he going to be able to get the shot off? He risks it, but it does pay off, and now that is his 6th kill. Now what we're going to see here is the Tortoise. He is aiming, fair play. He is trying to pre-aim, and he is going to get some shots off, but unfortunately, because of the angles that he's at, he's not going to do very well, this poor Tortoise. However, our guy here, Diamond, the Diamond, he's still playing it very, very risky. With 1 minute left on the clock, I mean, that could have just ended the game there. That could have ended the game right there with that shot, and again, right there with that shot. What I would be doing is getting these shots off. You have the mobility, you have the speed. I would be resetting my camo and then coming in from a different direction, and you would have been able to get behind this Tortoise, no problem whatsoever. With the position he's in, he could have easily reset his camo, but no, he wanted to do it the hard way, and the hard way he did do it. So well played, Diamond. That was still a fantastic game. A few things I would have done differently, but then again, I may have lost. But you won. You got 8k damage and 1500 block damage. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye. With